Good morning, students. On the last turn we have talked about food chain, food web, then biological magnification, etc. And today we will start with how do our activities affect the environment. What type of activities we human beings do, due to that the environment is getting polluted or getting affected. As we have already studied in class 9th and earlier in starting of this chapter, we have studied that our activities or the activities of human beings are mainly responsible for causing environmental pollution. Environmental pollution is due to our activities, or in other words we can say that we have tried our best to change the environment in our favor. But that has led to many pollution problems like global warming. Global warming means warming of the earth or the rise of temperature of the globe or earth. Then air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, and beside that nuclear pollution. So, these all are the cause of environmental pollution. So, today we will be discussing about the two major problems. These are the depletion of ozone layer and other is disposable of waste. So, we will talk about depletion of ozone layer. Ozone, as we know, it is a triatomic molecule of oxygen. Ozone is a triatomic gas, and it is found throughout the atmosphere, but most highly concentrated in the stratosphere. As we know, we live in stratosphere. It is the area in which starts from 0 to 16 kilometer. From 0 to 16 kilometer, this area is called as stratosphere, and we live at these places. Suppose we live at these places. Then it is troposphere. We live in troposphere. Then the area about troposphere, the area up to 0 kilometer or the sea level to 16 kilometer is troposphere. Then above it up to the 50 kilometer, it is stratosphere. Stratosphere, it is the area where we can found the ozone layer. The area which is having ozone layer, that is called as ozonosphere, and it come under the stratosphere. Now on earth, life would not be possible without this layer. Ozonosphere is responsible for life on the earth, because without the ozone layer, ultraviolet radiation that comes from the sun cannot be stopped by the earth. Ozone layer or ozonosphere on earth would not, without it life would not be possible, because it protects the living organism from the damaging effect of ultraviolet radiation of the sun. This radiation is highly damaging to organism ozone at the higher level of the atmosphere is a product of ultraviolet radiation acting on oxygen molecule. The higher energy ultraviolet radiations split apart some molecular oxygen into free oxygen atom. These atoms then combine with the molecular oxygen to form ozone as O2. When ultraviolet radiation is here, it becomes nascent oxygen or oxygen atom. Then this oxygen nascent oxygen combine with O2 and form the O3 or ozone. So, ozone layer protect us from ultraviolet radiation, but the formation and breaking down of oxygen is a continuous process, and until recently this process has been in a state of natural balance. And now we are observing this balance has been upset as a result of use of synthetic chemical substances known as CFCs. Mean chlorofluorocarbons are responsible for depletion of this layer, and these chlorofluorocarbons are the chemical substances or the synthetic chemical substances which are used in aerosols, refrigeration, and then air conditioner, then fire extinguisher. Beside that, these are present in solvents and form insulations. So, all these chlorofluorocarbons are responsible for depletion of ozone layer. Beside that, oxides of nitrogen, then methane, then chlorine, then carbon CCl3 carbon compound of carbon, etc., are responsible for release of depletion of ozone layer. All of these compounds have drifted up in the stratosphere. Mean at this place is ozonosphere. So, this place protects us from sun's ultraviolet radiation, but for example, if a single atom of chlorine release from the CFCs, that is the release from the CFCs, chlorofluorocarbon, floating in the upper atmosphere. Mean if it float in upper atmosphere at this place, it float, then what happen? It can destroy hundreds of molecules of ozone because the chlorine, it combined with oxygen like that, chlorine plus O3, it form ClO plus O2. Mean it break down the ozone molecule into chlorine oxide, or you can say molecule of chlorine and oxygen, and beside that oxygen is formed. And then this ClO, when it unite again react with the nascent oxygen, it form chlorine plus oxygen. Mean one atom of chlorine released from the CFCs floating in the upper atmosphere can destroy hundreds of molecules of ozone, because the chlorine acts as a catalyst and is not itself altered in the process. The result is that ozone is being broken down more quickly, then it is forming a forming and hence some parts of ozone layer are becoming thinner and holes are developing. The thinning of ozone layer allows more ultraviolet rays passing through it, which then strike the earth and harm plants and animal life. Now, effects of ozone layer depletion. Human health. Human health is badly affected due to this. Human can develop skin cancer, then eye diseases like cataract or dimming of eyesight, then damage of immune system. So, human health is badly affected due to this depletion of this ozone layer. Then agriculture and plants also get affected due to this, because decline in photosynthesis takes place due to this breaking off or thinning of this ozone layer. Growth and leaf development of most plant species decrease abundantly on exposure to high concentration of ultraviolet radiation, which are filtered by ozone layer. Then marine environment can also be depleted or damaged due to this ozone layer. It is seen that young fishes, then shrimps, then larvae of crab and other small animals are directly damaged due to this thinning of ozone layer. Measures to protect ozone layer. One way is to reduce the use of chlorofluorocarbons, air conditioners or refrigerations, aerosols, etc. Beside that, the international restriction on the use of manufacture of chlorofluorocarbons is there. Measures have been taken on international level for the protection of ozone layer. It was also recommended that alternate energy technology will be developed to replace the use of chlorofluorocarbons. And it is also seen that after limiting the use of chlorofluorocarbons to half of the 1986 levels, the size of ozone layer has decreased in recent year. Means if we reduce the use of CFCs, thinning of ozone layer can be checked. So, this is all about ozone layer and how it is getting depleted and what are the damaging effect of its depletion. Now, one activity 15.6 is given on page number 262. You all try that, and on next turn firstly I will discuss about that. That is all for today.